Good morning, my friends. Happy New Year. I hope that you will have a blissful one. So, it's a new year. What are you planning to do? Are you planning the usual? You know what I'm talking about. Creating this long list of resolutions and objectives and getting as detailed as possible about the objectives and making this fantastic plan only to achieve maybe, I don't know, 20% of it, or not to achieve anything of it just because of the unpredictability that we are living in and the uncertainty. Something like COVID, something like losing my passion towards my objectives. You know what I'm talking about. How many lists did you create at the beginning of each year? And then by the end of the year, when you start reviewing this list, you start feeling, I don't know, you start feeling guilty, you start crucifying yourself, you start saying maybe that you will feel a bit of a failure, even if you achieved some of the objectives, but you left some of them out. So, how about if you plan something differently this year? Instead of a list of objectives, how about if you will focus on crafting who you are? What does that mean? Who you are is a constant moving, breathing consciousness. You are today different than who you were yesterday, based on the experiences that you absorbed, whatever it is, based on what you did, what happened to you. You are before COVID, a different person than the one who is listening to me now while we are in the midst of COVID. So, how about if instead of focusing on creating this infamous list of objectives, you will focus on crafting the way that you want to see yourself during this year? Your way of being. How would you like to be this year? Just focusing on what kind of values that you would like to have and practice this year. What kind of behaviors you would like to practice this year. What kind of emotions that you would like to feel or avoid feeling this year. What kind of experiences you would like to live this year. So all what I just said is actually a way for you to craft who you want to be. It's like creating a road, a path for yourself during this year. That I am planning to walk on this road, which is the road that will help me craft who I am more, like by design. And then, while I'm walking on this road, of course there will be objectives that will pop up. But I will have a very clear filtration system, like if this objective will help me make a step in the direction that I want on my path, then I will just welcome this objective and I will move towards it. If this objective will take me away from my path, that's not the right objective for me. So it's not that I will be going to my objectives. No. It's more like I wait until my objective will pop up in front of me while I'm moving on the road towards myself, towards the way that I want to be. There is a huge difference in the energy thinking about it this way. You see, the usual list of objectives, it's being fed with a lot of different energies. For example, the energy that I want to prove to someone that I am not a failure. So I put objectives that it may be way out of my league, or out of my way, or it's too harsh for me. Just because I want to prove to someone that I am not as you say. And so imagine if you are moving towards an objective with this heavy energy inside of you, how would the results would be? It would be no wonder that you will, after a while, you will lose passion towards this objective. Or for example, running towards an objective because you are trying to fulfill someone else's dream. Again, after a while, the gas will be burnt out. So, my dear friends, my invitation for you this year to play it differently, as I told you, choose who you want to be this year and feel free to choose what you want. Who you want to be in terms what values, ethical values, you want to be practicing this year. It's not about I want to be a successful millionaire. That's not who you want to be. That's like the image that you want to project and the thing that you want to do. No. What I'm talking about, what ethical values you want to project this year. What I'm talking about is about what experiences would I feel passionate about this year? What emotions I want in my life more this year? What behaviors I want to be conducting this year? This way, with every step on this path that I make, through objectives, projects that will introduce themselves to me, I will feel like celebrating, because every step I'm making, it's in the direction towards the way that I want to be. So I'll be very happy. I will feel fulfillment. Versus what I usually did, what I usually used to do, this infamous list of objectives that I reach an objective and then I start looking for what's next on the list and what's next on the list. The moments of fulfillment and bliss here disappears, because at the end I have a list of 15 objectives. And even when I finish these 15 objectives, if I will ever finish them, I would always still feel that there is something more that I can add. So it's as if as more objectives I'm accomplishing, as less fulfilled I'm becoming. What are your thoughts about this? I would love to hear your thoughts. And tell me, who are you planning to be this year? Have a great day. I love you all and thank you for following.